What's up guys, Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Just finished filming up a kick-ass Flex Friday. A lot of hypertrophy work that we're going to be doing in our chest and our delts. Decided to get it in early so that I could get it up and online, ready for you to watch before Hurricane Hermine possibly pulls up the skirt of Jacksonville and slides it in. Hopefully that's not the case. We've been lucky for quite a few years, but nevertheless, want to make sure you're hooked up before shit hits the fan. So as I said, today we're going to be absolutely wailing on our pecs and our interior portion of the delts. Now, when you're trying to force more hypertrophy, especially in these areas, the simplest way for you to approach it is this. Number one, your goal is time under tension. You want to place as much tension throughout the muscles that you're trying to force more growth in for a prolonged period of time as possible. Time under tension, okay? Simplest way to do that is training to fatigue or failure, okay? And the simplest way for us to dictate which exercise you're gonna do that are going to be focusing on the ones that attack as many muscle fibers as possible. Those are typically going to be your compound movements. Compound movements that address your pecs, all right? And your interior delts are going to be pressing movements. So the simplest way you can focus on building big ass pecs and shoulders from top to bottom is going to be focusing on pressing movements, whether they be barbell or dumbbell, in different planes of movement. All right, so you're going to see me do overhead movements, just horizontal presses, and doing some dips as well. So focus on getting as much time under tension in those areas. Maintain tension, maintain control so that you can keep that tension in the areas that you're trying to force more growth in. And focus on the simple movement patterns that are going to recruit the muscle fibers that you're trying to get to grow so that you are stacked and jacked in the first place. So let's get through this and throw it in. And for all you guys out there in Florida, board up, get some water, get some batteries, and be safe, all right? Enjoy today's Flex Friday routine. All right, we're going to kick off the session with a core activation sequence, doing some Kneeling Pallof Press, 12 reps per side, then doing a Suitcase Carry right after that. This is going to be just a great way to really kind of engage your core, wake your body up, and make sure you're preventing any of those power leaks from causing any dips in performance for the core lift and everything past that during the rest of your routine. Now, today is going to be more of a hypertrophy-based training day, but nevertheless, you always want to make sure everything in and around your spine is properly engaged during every lift that you do, just for injury prevention work. But it's also just a great way to really strengthen that area so that you're not only preventing injury, but also fostering a means for a greater deadlift, because anything in and around your spine is going to be clutch for that, especially. God knows I need it. My deadlift blows donkey dick, but just a great way, like I said, to better insulate and engage your core and prevent any of the power leaks that are causing dips in your performance of the core lift. Afterwards, we're going to get into more of the speed priming based portion of the lift, and that's just going to be some simple explosive movements that get our body moving fast and explosive in the movement pattern that we're going to do today, which is going to be the meat and potatoes of our chest and shoulder building training routine, and that's going to be the slow eccentric lift, slow eccentric bench press. All right, sticking with 75%. 75% is kind of right in the sweet spot when it comes to what percentage of your max that's going to be clutch for building muscle. Doing these eccentrics in a slow fashion, make sure you maintain that tension, stay tight. Do your best to not bounce the bar off your chest. All right, you'll see me do it, but it's kind of a bad habit. But nevertheless, focus on keeping as much tension in your chest, shoulders, and the upper back, and really throughout your entire body,
when you're doing that if you want to force more growth. Remember, time under tension in the areas we're trying to force more growth in is our approach to building that stacked and jacked chest and shoulders. And after that, it's going to be more of the weak point training that doubles as kind of a functional bodybuilding or athletic bodybuilding approach that we have here that allows us to kind of look good but be able to kick ass too. And this is the multi-directional or multi-dimensional pressing movements that we're doing in order to engage more muscle fibers and stress them for a prolonged period of time. So we start with that vertical press, then going into these dips, which is going to hit more mid and lower chest, and also kind of hit the long head of the triceps and anterior delts as well. And finishing off, we're going to do a push-up variation that I'm a big fan of. It's kind of, I call it a lateral push-up, just moving side to side, trying to be as fast and explosive as possible, but in all reality, it's just going to be a great way to really work on just further increasing that time under tension and kind of meeting right in the middle and just really sending it home there. It's going to be a great set if you want a nasty pump, regardless if you're doing it as just maybe like a routine you're trying to get pumped for some beach time or pool time, or you're doing it as some weak point training like I did there. And of course, you can't do a Flex Friday without doing some work on the pipes. So doing a bicep, tricep superset here, doing some regular old bilateral curls, some alternating hammer curls, and then gonna finish it up with some good old push-ups. When you're doing the push-ups, like you're gonna see me do in a second, focus on keeping those elbows tucked in and really accelerating to lock out. That'll at least give you not just a chest pump, an anterior delt pump, but also get a lot of work in the long head of the triceps. That's the head of the triceps that's going to allow you to have a nasty lockout in your bench press and overhead press, so you're not just looking like, but also performing like an absolute beast.
Hey guys, if you dig today's Flex Friday routine and want even more tips on how you can build powerful and ripped muscle mass that allows you to look and perform like a beast, then be sure to pick up your free copy of the muscle building blueprint that I put together for you by clicking right here, or if you're on a cell phone or tablet, click down in the description area, the first link that you see, and I'll take you to another page which breaks down everything you're going to be getting with this free gift, as well as what you need to do in order to allow me to email it directly to your inbox free of charge. Like I said, this is a kick-ass way to help build a system in place for you to go into the weight room with and absolutely slay weights and get faster, more consistent, and better gains in that ripped, powerful muscle mass that allows you to look good and be able to kick ass at the same time. So if that's what you're interested in, click here or click down there and I'll take you to that page which hooks you up. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler